Hello students, this is an orientation for our online class Business 1A-EN1 for fall 2020. So our class officially begins on September 7th. I will open the class a week earlier and I will send you an email when the shell for the class is open on Canvas. So when you go to Canvas, if you haven't seen the Canvas site for Chabot College, just go to the college's website, www.chabotcollege.edu. On the bottom, when you scroll down, you will see a link to Canvas login, and I would make it your favorite. This page is where you're going to enter Canvas. When you go into Canvas for the first time, enter your W number. Make sure your W is capitalized. This is your unique student ID. And the password is the first two letters of the first name, the first two letters of your last name, and then the last four digits of your W number. And then once you log in, you can change your password. So again, the password is the two first letters of your first name, the two first letters of your last name, and the last four digits of your W number. When you log in, you will see all your classes, sites, and our class will look like this. So Business 1A-EN1. So when you go into the Canvas site, you will see this is how it's going to look like. So you have a link to the syllabus that I'm going through. You have a link to my office hours. You have additional resources. And then you have every chapter's module. So for every chapter, it's like a web page with links to your assignments that are graded, to PowerPoints, to my videos, to everything you need on one page. So on the left, you can see links to home, to the announcements. The announcements will be published on Monday morning, and a copy of an announcement will be emailed to you. So every week, every Monday morning, you will have a new announcement appearing right here on this page. And again, a separate page for the syllabus, so there is a couple of places where you can access the syllabus and the class schedule. And then the modules, this is probably where you're going to go. Modules, discussions, and grades. And for discussions, you can see that every week you have two discussions. One discussion is graded, like this one. So for chapter 1, we're going to have a discussion meet and greet. And you have a whole week to complete the discussion. You must make at least 3 posts, a main post plus 2 replies to your peers, to other students. So in the main post, you address the questions I'm asking you, and then you're replying to your peers. Your replies cannot be, yes, good job, or thank you, or you're welcome. Your replies have to spark a conversation, a discussion. They have to be of the significant learning value. I'm asking you that one of these 3 posts, either the main post or the replies, is done by Thursday midnight of the week. And then the other replies by Sunday midnight. So you will see that everything in our class will be due every Sunday, 11:55 p.m., with the exception of the first post, which I want you to do by Thursday midnight. Because if I don't enforce this Thursday deadline, most students are waiting until the end of the week and there's no real discussion. And if you miss the Thursday deadline, I will deduct 2 out of 10 points. So every week you have a graded discussion. Every week, DB chapter 1, DB chapter 2, DB chapter 3, DB is a discussion board. And you also have an ungraded discussion board for any questions you might have. Questions about homework or content issues. And when you post questions about homework, make sure you are very specific. Give me a number of the problem and connect. Tell me specifically what your question is. You do not need to make screenshots. You do not need to make attachments. I have an ability to go into your homework even before you submit it and see what you're missing or where you are at. So this is an ungraded discussion board for any questions you can ask me. You have to give me 24 hours to reply. Sometimes I will reply right away, sometimes I will not. If your homework is due Sunday 11:55 p.m. and you're going to post the question here on Sunday 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., I will not answer the question. I'm not going to sit in front of the computer, 24/7. So make sure to start your work earlier. Do not procrastinate. That way I can help you and you can earn full credit, full points for your homework assignments. And then these are the grades, and this is the link to tutoring. You don't really need this link to Confer Zoom. Again, your Zoom links for my office hours, it's right here. So I listed all of this information right here on your syllabus. My name is right here, my email address. You can also email me through Canvas. This is the same Zoom link you can use for my office hours. What does that mean? So these are my office hours. So every Monday...
You've been reading for some time now, but you haven't stopped to practice.
Just a second.
Regularly practicing what you've read helps you strengthen.
This is my Monday, Wednesday office hours. Every Monday and Wednesday I will be there 12 to 1:20 p.m. You just go there to this link and I'm there live. Now I might have other students, so if you have any questions that I can answer within 10 to 15 minutes, I welcome your visits. Just talk to me about your career, your educational goals, maybe questions about homework, questions about the course, the questions about, you know, our degrees or certificates at Chabot, or any questions about transferring to a four-year school, and also Tuesdays, Thursdays, 11 to 11:50 a.m. I'm also there. Okay. So this is a transferable class. It transfers to all CSU schools and most of the, and not most, but many UC schools and practically all private universities I know of. So it's a baccalaureate level class. This is the textbook we need to use. It's called Financial Accounting Fundamentals. You need to buy it in the bookstore because when you buy it in the bookstore online, they will ship it to you within 2 to 3 days. And once they ship it to you, you will receive the physical book, shrink wrapped, with the code. And the code is for Connect. So we're using Canvas as our classroom, online classroom, and then Connect is the homework management system. So when you click on links for assignments, you will have Learn Smart assignment, homework assignment, and you will also have quizzes and exams or tests. You will be taken to Connect. Connect, this is how your homework will look like. This is how your Learn Smart will look like. So Connect is the homework management system. I sync them together. You always go from Canvas to Connect. You do not go to Connect directly. That way the systems are synced, and when you complete your work in Connect, your points will be transferred to your grades. So Canvas is the classroom, and then you go from Canvas to Connect when you click on assignments that are graded, and the gradebook is maintained in Canvas. So the textbook that you buy in the bookstore gives you both the physical book and the code, which gives you access to all the assignments and also gives you an access to the e-book, electronic book. And I think the price is $135. If you buy a code by itself, it's $125. But here you get also the physical textbook. So do not buy the textbook anywhere else because it will not include the code. Just buy it through Chabot Bookstore. You do have a free trial for 2 weeks, complimentary trial. So when you go for the first time, click either on Learn Smart or Homework. It will take you to Connect and it will ask you to put your email address, your name, and choose your password, and it will give you 3 options. Enter a code if you already bought the book, or buy a standalone code from them, from the publisher called McGraw-Hill, or complimentary trial. So if you don't have a book yet, you will use the complimentary trial for 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, you will have to purchase the code before your free trial expires. You have to purchase the textbook with the code. So everybody should be able to access homework and ebook, even if you haven't bought the actual textbook yet. So I explain it here for you. This is about the textbook. These are the dates, important dates. You can look them over. This is how our grade structure looks like. So you have 4 tests. I will have reviews for each test. So if you go, for example, to modules, you will see that we cover 3 chapters and then you have a test. And then you have 3 other chapters and then we have a test. And then again 3 chapters and another test. and the last 3 chapters and the final test. The final test is not comprehensive. We're not covering chapter 12. That chapter is covered in Business 1B Managerial Accounting. So every test, you can see there is a test review file where I tell you how to prepare, what kind of questions you will have, what kind of problems, what kind of multiple choice questions. I give you key terms. So these are great review files. And every test will be open for 2 days. So for every test, you will have from Sunday 12:01 a.m. until Monday 11:55 p.m. So you have 2 full days to take the test, and the test is 180 minutes. So once you start the test, you have to finish it. Of course, it's open book, but you're not allowed to work with anybody else. And guys, for your tests, everybody has a different set of questions. And you, like I said, you have 1 sitting, 3 hours. You cannot save and exit. You have to finish the test once you started it. And every test is 150 points plus 5 extra points built in. Okay, so this is about the tests. Now you have discussion boards, as I mentioned, 12 chapters, 12 graded discussion boards at 10 points. You have 12 homework assignments, and each homework assignment is 40 points plus. So whatever is above 40 is actually your extra credit. So this is chapter 2 homework assignment. So you can see it's 42 points, meaning 2 points are built in as extra credit. So then I do not give extra credit on individual basis, right? It's built in into each test, each quiz, each homework. And so when you complete your homework, what you have here, you have a link to your ebook, you have a hint, which is wonderful. Not every problem has a hint, but right here, if you have a hint, it's a similar problem with different amounts solved for you.
Prepare general journal entries for the following
and you can fast forward.
$300.
You can, it has closed captioning. So if you have a hint, also you can save and exit as many times as you want. So every homework will require you to spend from 5 to 8 hours. I do not recommend trying to complete homework in 1 sitting. It's too much. So you should complete your homework in 2 or 3 different days. So once you do some of the problems, you save and exit. Exercises and problems, where do they come from? They come from the end of your textbook. So number 1 problem in Connect, it's actually exercise 2-7 in your textbook. And guys, this is how you do it. So you read, for example, here a transaction, and Madison Harris invested cash. So when you start typing cash, it shows right there. So you have, for every line, you have a drop-down menu. And she also invested photography equipment. There you go. And guys, if you have any dollar amount, it has to have a label, pretty much. So 6,500 and then 33,500. And then guys, also I'm going to have a credit to common stock. And let me make a mistake. So credit should be those 2 amounts together, which is $40,000. Let me by mistake put 4,000. So that's an error. At any point you can check your work. There is no penalty for that, and it will show to you that what is correct and what is incorrect. One word of caution is that if, for example, I made a wrong entry, it will show it as a mistake. If I didn't put anything in this cell, like right here should be $40,000, so it's a mistake, but I did not enter anything, it will not show it as incorrect. It will say it's incomplete, you're missing something, but in order for the system to mark it wrong, you have to actually enter something in that cell. So that's your homework. And you can see here that for chapter 2, you have 9 different exercises and problems, and you can save and exit. Also, right here is submit. What I say, do not click the submit button until you're completely done. If you click it by mistake, I cannot let you go back into your homework. It's thinking you exhausted your 1 attempt. If you forget to submit, the system will submit for you as is without penalty. It will submit at the deadline, which is always Sunday, 11:55 p.m. So you never have to click on the submit button. And it gives you points for answering correctly, so it doesn't give you points for just completion. And as I said, every homework assignment is 40 plus points. So that's homework. Also in every chapter, you have a quiz. And quizzes will be 20 to 22 multiple choice questions, and it's timed. Quizzes, you cannot save and exit. So I will give you an hour and a half, 90 minutes. And what I advise you to do, I advise you to complete Learn Smart first, homework second, and the quiz last. And everybody has different types of questions on the quizzes. Homework is the same for everybody. So whatever you have in your homework, everybody else has the same questions, same answers in the class. But quizzes, tests, and Learn Smarts are customized. And then guys, learning assignment or Learn Smarts, or every chapter has those. So in every chapter, you have 4 assignments. You have a graded discussion board, a homework, a quiz, and Learn Smart. So let me show you how Learn Smart works. When you click on the Learn Smart, so from any module, again, you have a link to Learn Smart assignment, you will be taken to the ebook. It's called Smart Book. This is not required for you to complete. You don't have to read the chapter here. What you have to do is click on this practice. You see right here, practice. Click on that icon. That's Learn Smart. So you have 43 questions. It's asking you a question. If you are not sure what the answer is, you can read about it. And it takes you to the textbook where the answer is implied or answered and even highlights it, right? So right here is the question, which of the following formulas is correct depicting the expanded accounting equation? So I'm going to choose right here. Oh, I'm sorry, right here. Assets equals labor, right here. And then the system asks you, how sure are you? Are you unsure, you think so, or you know it? So if, for example, your answer is correct and you were confident, it will not ask you another question on the same concept. If you think you know it, but your answer is incorrect, and it happens a few times, this assistant will pop up.
You haven't read anything yet.
And she will tell you, you're too confident, you need to study. Go and read the book. So she's assisting you. And so this system, Learn Smart, starts customizing questions for you depending on what you're answering, if you're answering correctly, and how confident you are. So your goal is to get to 0 items left. Once you see 0 items left, you're done. You earned your 10 points. Now the system will remember. So right here, look on the bottom. So I answered correctly, so now it's 42 questions left. And I can exit and come back. The system will remember how many questions are left. So this Learn Smart is a nice way to study, and it will probably take you, it depends on on the student and how many questions you answer correctly, but it gives you points for completion. If you're making a mistake, the system will ask you different questions on the same concept until you answer it correctly. So it will take between like 30 minutes to an hour. Homework will take, like I said, 5 to 8 hours. Okay, so those are types of assignments. Also, there is one project. And guys, I want to go to the last couple of pages for now. This is an excellent, I'm praising myself, but it's a good detailed schedule, and 1 week is similar to the next week. So every week we're doing 4 assignments at due, and the deadline is always Sunday, 11:55 p.m. and you can see everything together. So what I do in my office, I print it, I glue it together, and I put it on my wall so I know where you're at for every class I teach. So I strongly recommend you to always refer to the class schedule. Okay? So I recorded all lectures on YouTube. So this is my channel. I want you to subscribe to it, please, so you get notifications. And for every chapter, I have 1 to 3 video lectures on YouTube. If you have technical questions, I cannot help you. These are technical difficulties. If you have technical difficulties with Canvas, that's where you go and you fill out the question. You send the question to our tech support. If you have a question about Connect, this is their 1-800 number, and they're wonderful. So I'm describing every assignment right here. I talked already about those assignments. I tell you more about homework, and then I tell you more about the discussion boards, but I pretty much covered the discussion boards too. You do have access to tutoring online. So I'm explaining it right here. And also on Canvas, you probably saw, I mentioned it. This is a link to Chabot Tutoring. You can make an appointment, one-time appointment, or you can make an ongoing, recurring appointment. So every week you're seeing the same tutor for 1 hour. Or there are drop-in hours, which are published on the website for Learning Connections, which is our tutoring center. And during those drop-in hours, you don't need to make an appointment. You just drop in and ask any questions of the tutor. Tutors know this subject. They finish this class with a B or an A. They can help you with homework. They can help you with the content. It's very useful sometimes to ask tutors how to explain it, because they are sometimes better than professors since they haven't done it for so long. So they explain it from the perspective of a student. That's pretty much, I think, it about the class and the class syllabus and the class schedule. So have a great semester. Enjoy the class. It's an excellent class. The material is fascinating, very empowering. Accounting is the true language of business. I'm here to facilitate and help you, but as an online student, you have to ask a lot of questions and you have to stay motivated yourselves and you have to manage your time correctly. So time management, self-motivation, and communications are 3 most important skills to be successful online. Have a great semester.